Hello, this is Matt Sorensen with Midland GIS. This demonstration will be focusing on the cut polygon and merge polygon functionality that is built into our web GIS platform. So I'm going to be cutting and merging an existing zoning layer that's within a city's GIS database. And so this example this is R2 zone currently, and we're wanting to cut approximately at this point on the property because they're going to be changing this area to an R3 multifamily residential zone. So without having to completely delete that complete zoning boundary for that property and then remapping the entire thing, we can just simply cut along that line that we draw and then simply change the attributes of the R2 to an R3 for that area. So the way to do that, you're going to want to, let's just go ahead and click on navigation, click on the identify tool. So let's identify that zone layer there. You can see what it has under identify results. It has our edit zoning data. So that is currently an R2 zone. And before I actually go through and cut this line, I'm going to want to set my snapping so that I can snap to the corner of that parcel there and then snap to the edge of the property over on this side. So to do that, you click on the analysis tab up on top, and you can either click on distance or area button because that'll open up our snapping tools here. So I can just go ahead and click enable snapping to make sure there's a checkbox there. And let's just make sure, okay, we've got that selected. I clicked on the zoning layer over here, and then we'll want to click on the feature actions drop down, those three dots, and then you can see we have a cut feature functionality now that's accessible within here. So if I click cut feature, I can now move my mouse over here, and you can see how it's snapping since I turned the snapping on to the corner of that parcel. And it's just going to be a freehand line, so you can see it's going to let me drag that, and now it's going to snap directly over to the edge of that parcel. So as soon as I double click, we now have two polygons. I've cut the existing polygon, so we have two polygons, both are R2. Just by hovering over on the cut pick list, you can see which one I'm looking at. So we're going to want to keep the attributes intact for this one. It says pick the master feature, so let's go ahead and just pick that and click OK. And you can see where it says changes successfully saved. So now we have two polygons. Now I'm going to hover over the one that I'm wanting to change, which is this one. You can see how it highlights now. If I click that, now I can go up to my panel actions menu right here and edit feature, and now I can change that to an R3, and that is actually a multi-family residential. Click save, and change is successfully saved. So now you can see if I zoom out, let's go back, close out of that, change the transparency. So now you can see now we have a multi-family residential zone here and the R2 zone for that property. The way that I cut it, now if we wanted to merge that back together, let's just say something happened, now we have to go back and merge these two back to R2. What I would do is simply identify both of those zone areas. You can see now over here it says edit zoning data. We have two polygons selected, and all I need to do is click on the results action, these three buttons, give me the drop down, and it actually says union features, or same thing, merging. It's going to merge those two polygons back together. So if I click union, and this is where when you're merging or union two polygons together, this is where it says pick the master feature. So it's going to keep the attributes intact for which one you select. So in this case, we're wanting to change everything back to R2. So I'm going to click that as the master and click OK. and then it just simply merged those two polygons back together, and now we have one zoning polygon that is an R2 residential zone. So that wraps up the cut and merge polygon functionality. Thank you.